What's up everyone? I hope you are all healthy and well and ready for a quick lesson on how to never run out of things to say in a conversation. Alright, so you're talking to someone and then awkward silence. In today's video, I will go over different ways to eliminate awkward silences and keep the conversation flowing. By the end of the video, you will walk away a conversation king or queen. So let's not waste any time and get right into it. First and easiest thing to do when you encounter awkward silences is to ask a question. Think of the 5 W's: who, what, when, where, and why. There are 1,000,001 questions that you can ask when using the 5 W's. For example, say you are on a date and you run out of something to say. Use one of the W's. Ask a question like, what do you do for fun? Where do you like to travel to? Who is your favorite actor? Why is this person your favorite actor? Or when are you the happiest? Each of these questions is great for a conversation to keep on going. When asking someone questions, try to make sure that they are not closed-ended questions. Questions with yes or no answers, because then that would leave you back to, the awkward silence. The second thing that you can do to keep a conversation going and avoid extremely awkward silences is to talk about commonalities. What are some things that almost everyone has in common? Family. Almost everyone has family and so many stories to share when it comes to families. Talk about your childhood, talk about your relationships with your siblings or your parents, talk about family vacations, where you went to, which place was your favorite and why. Friends, another commonality. Everyone has friends and topics with friends that they can actually open up an entire floodgate of ideas with. Talk about who your best friends are and why. Talk about how you met them and talk about where you guys hang out the most. You can also talk about some of the craziest things that you've done with your friends. The options are completely limitless when it comes to topics about your friends. Another thing many people have in common are careers or jobs. Everyone does something for work, and if they're not, then maybe they're in school. Talk about your job. What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? Why did you get into that career? What is your boss like? What is your next career move like? Just remember, when you talk about all of these things, let the other person also speak about their life and their experiences so that the conversation is not just one-sided and so that the person doesn't get bored out of their mind. By the way, if you find this video valuable so far, then make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified when I post a video on Thursdays and Saturdays. Moving on. Another great way to keep a conversation going is to take the conversation to a much deeper level. Small talk is great for beginners, but if you really want to connect with someone and leave a long-lasting impression, then dig a little deeper, people. Come on, you can do this. Some of the best conversations out there are ones where people really have to think about the answer and ones that tap into a deeper emotional level. Some of these types of conversation starters are asking questions that start with why. Example of these are, why did you leave your hometown? Or why do you enjoy jogging? Or why do you want to start a new career? Just don't be like, why? That's very annoying. Make sure these questions are not one after another because again, you don't want to scare the other person away. You just want them to really think about the question and dig much deeper. You can also share your story and then ask the question, kind of like this. I left my hometown because I wanted more opportunities career-wise and build a better future for myself and my family. What was the reason that you left? By the way, if you haven't already, make sure you check out this video right here, how to articulate your thoughts better. It will definitely come in handy when trying to keep a conversation going. The next thing that you can do, especially when you encounter new people, is to use icebreakers. Icebreakers are questions that loosen up people a bit and makes everyone comfortable enough to open up and talk a little bit more. Some of the easiest icebreaker questions are, where are you from? What do you do for work? What do you do for fun? Where did you grow up? Where is the last place you traveled to? These are all open-ended questions that lead to more questions and keep the conversation going, which is great for you. Just make sure you are also answering the questions yourself so that the person doesn't feel like they're being interrogated all of a sudden, because that can happen. Icebreakers are great for work colleagues, they're great for when you meet friends, they're great for when you meet friends of friends, and they're especially amazing for first dates. So think of a few icebreaker questions that you really like and make sure to use them next time. The next way to keep a conversation going is to maintain eye contact. If you are not looking the person straight in the eyes when you're talking to them or when they're talking to you, the conversation has the potential to die down very quickly. You want to look the person straight into the eyes, not stare at them and freak them out, okay? Don't be doing that. Just show that you are interested in what they are saying, because then they will talk more and keep the conversation going. When your eyes are averted, make sure you are not gazing into the sky or staring out too long at someone else, because that will automatically signal a lack of interest. Find a good balance of looking at the person, looking around, but always coming back to that person that you are speaking to. Don't overdo it and don't underdo it. This is a great example of someone having a conversation and engaging in really good eye contact. As you can see, this person is looking the person straight into the eyes and then looking away for a little while and then coming back to that person. This keeps the conversation engaged and it also keeps the conversation going. The next way to keep a conversation going is to listen closely. When you listen closely to someone, you can get some great ideas on follow-up questions to ask them as well. If they say they really like dogs, okay, what type of dogs do you like? Do you have dogs? What's his or her name? One question leads to another and then another and back and forth. Also, give your feedback and what you think about the topic being discussed, because remember, a good, healthy conversation is a two-way street. You give a little and you take a little, and if you find that you are the only one asking the questions, then you can always say, hey, do you have any questions for me? Let the other person do some work as well. It's not all up to you, you know. Next, on how to keep a conversation going is to distinguish meaningful silences from awkward silences. During a conversation, if both parties can continue talking nonstop, great, but oftentimes there may be some meaningful silences. These are very different from awkward silences because they are intentional and they actually mean that something was said that needs time to soak in. For instance, on a date, during the conversation, you both may realize that you absolutely adore one another, and that leads to you both feeling a little bit shy and then maybe blushing a little, so you both take a moment to look down and smile to yourselves. Aww, love. This is okay. That is a meaningful silence, not awkward at all. So let it happen and just enjoy it. But there's always a but. Don't just stay quiet forever. Go back to speaking after you've both had your moment. Alright you guys, so this was how to never run out of things to say in a conversation and avoid those pesky, awkward silences. If you want to join a community of people just like you who believe in improving their communication and building good habits, then I have an exclusive Facebook group called Habits for Success. This is a group where we basically share our success and our struggles, we hold each other accountable and help each other reach our goals. So join the Facebook group. I will post the link in the description box below. Check out these videos next on how to articulate your thoughts effectively and convince people psychologically to say yes to you. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe, like, and share with all of your family and friends, especially people who need help with those awkward silences. Until next time, you guys, this is Sincerely Maria signing off. Bye!